Alright, so it made sense to me to produce a little conclusion video, and that kind of begins with leaving San Francisco, and enjoyed that sweet visit with Kurt, and he jump-started my return trip with some gas cash, and that was super sweet. Then went pretty much straight from place to place all the way back. Stayed, comfortably at rest stops and parking areas and so forth, and just about every 300 or 400 miles, and made phone calls on the way back to people that I wanted to keep in touch with and thanked them for their help. Got as far as Pecos, Texas. Ended up, instead of going back all the way down to San Antonio, went on I-20 up more directly from El Paso to Dallas. Well, so I ran out of money officially in Pecos, intending to play some music or do a half a day's work for somebody or whatever to get gas money, a couple days, whatever. And so anyway, Pecos was my last stop before before finding a little bit of work. I went out, walked, and found some people that were trying to help me, and then help me find some work. And then what happened was I ended up in the Motel 6 to find out. I said, who owns this property next, between you and this other hotel? And they said they didn't know. So I walked and walked and walked down to the Holiday Inn, and I asked the same question, who owns this property between you and the Motel 6? And they didn't know. Well, so I walk out, and I'm just into the parking lot, and this guy follows me out. Well, it's the guy that was mopping in the foyer as I was asking. And so he asks me, and I tell him my story briefly, and ask about, I was looking for half a day's work, that kind of thing. And he made arrangements to have me clean some of that vacant field where it was against the road between those two. And within, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours, handed me $120 cash, plenty to get home, gas money. So that's what happened, and his name's TJ. And then I called him on the way back to explain, thank you, and I'm well on my way. And so what a sweet deal. And so as far as just a little recap, I mean, I don't know, I ended up very focused there at the last, and me and the caffeine, we drove 900 miles. I don't know, I felt like I was looking down on myself driving the van. It was someone else doing this, so I was under the influence of caffeine. But showed up here, and it's again another world, and 7 weeks out, and all the fun and the gyrations and the explorations and just the ups and downs and lefts and rights and the moon and all the rest of it. So I get back, and it's 2:30 in the morning, and I tiptoe into my room, and my room feels huge. My sense of space had been affected by staying in the stealth camper, right? So my own bedroom felt unnaturally large, unnecessarily large, but still wonderful. Just maybe a couple more reflections. staying warm in the winter is good, and going south like the birds, oh yeah, there's no mistake. It makes perfect sense for me at this season of life, let's say. Coming back to Nashville, just such a hunger, such a thankfulness for all the friends here and the musical connections, and so just very focused on getting back in the studio and getting more full recordings done, full production recording. So that feels really good. And then another, just, no television for 7 weeks is weird. But it's good, it's fun, it's really good. So that was definitely strange. I mean, even the commercials are interesting after you don't see television for 7 weeks. So that was just really interesting. And just a little on this coming year, I've got a desire, a draw for the Northeast and the Niagara Falls and getting up into Canada maybe. So as it really gets warm, that's the direction that's pulling me. Well, so that's part of it. And then that Northwest swing, July, August, right in there, it just makes so much sense. And we've got all the extended family out there. There's a festival up near Bellingham that Jason and Maggie have gone to year by year. So that feels good. But focusing on the recording and the graphics and the packaging of getting a full production CD, that's the focus for me personally. But everything went along so well here in my absence, and the dogs and the grandkids and the house, new roof, and just all the things. I guess it was an insurance claim, so we got a new roof, and oh man, a lot of stuff is fun when you're just out of the way and you come back and things take care of themselves, it feels like. But ask my sweetie, and she's stressed, I'm certain, but she also seemed to have a lot of peace about not worrying about these things, just letting them take their course. And so I'm very proud of her, and my kids. Just on the way back, I was in touch with every last one of them, pretty much throughout the trip too, but every last one of them on the way back, a text here and a phone call there, and so and just going through. And this is one thing I do, I suppose we all do, but just going through each kid in my head and making sure I'm up to date, communicating, and very satisfying. So thank you all for supporting this tour and paying attention and enjoying the music and inspiring the music. So bless you all, and that's the conclusion of the Sunshine Tour 2016. And oh yeah, it's full speed ahead, right? Okay, bye.